Hey guys, your friendly neighborhood natty here. My name is Matthew, and today's video is going to be a quick range report on the Excam GT27. So I got this gun a long time ago, maybe a couple months ago. It was at the gun show here in South Dakota. It was quite a surprise actually. My FFL, my South Dakotan FFL, he was there. He had a gallery of guns to sell, so I saw him there. We had a good chat. I was looking at what he had, and most of the stuff either I already had or I wasn't too interested in, except for this one. It came with the box, so here it is, the GT Targa Excam 27. It also came with some 25 ACP. This is from the old owner. There was 19 rounds left. I think he only wanted like $150 for it, and I'd never seen anything like this before, so I just figured, sure, why not? So I bought it, and I have been interested in 25 ACP. I know that a lot of people in the firearm community maybe love it or hate it, but for me, I just never had it. There's one that I really want. It's the Budischowski TP70. That gun is really hard to get. I see it all the time, but people are always overpaying it, you know, overbidding it way more than I think I would pay for it myself. So it was also always elusive. I never got it. So here it's like, well, you know, at least I can try out a 25 ACP and see if I like it. So that's really the reason why I ended up buying this. Now, as for the gun itself, it's kind of got this safety here. So basically, you see the red, that means that it can fire, and then you swing that down, and that means it's safe, it can't fire. It's a pretty simple design, single action only, and then it's got a heel mag release, so you pull back on that, and then the magazine comes out. As for this kind of company itself, GT Targa, it seems that this gun actually was banned. It wasn't allowed to be imported in the United States. The reason why is that we have the 1968 Gun Control Act, which, fun fact, it's a literal word-for-word translation of a Nazi document. And basically it just had this arbitrary system, some useless, pointless point system to where a gun couldn't be imported because it was too compact, type of a thing. So now you might be saying, well then, how is this here? Well, basically a lot of companies like, I guess this one would be Excam in Hialeah, Florida. Interarms is another one. What they did was that even though they couldn't import a gun, a compact gun, into the United States, they could take in its parts and then assemble it in the United States, and it typically bypassed the Nazi document because, you know, it wasn't imported directly in assembly, complete assembly in here. It was just in parts and it was assembled here, and it kind of beat the system in that way. Another gun that's very popular with that is the Walther PPK. So this is the one I got a little bit of a while back. And there was kind of like two ways that we beat this the Nazi document with this gun. First is we made the PPKS, which I think they just put the PPK slide on a PPKS frame. So then the mag, the frame is a little bit longer, but it beat that arbitrary point system is another way. Now this is the regular PPK, so how did this beat that system? Basically it was the same thing with the Excam. So they brought in the parts. Interarms is the company that did that. You can see that here, Interarms. They were the ones that just, okay, give us the gun separately. We'll put it together in the United States, and then that was fine. That's another way they beat the Nazi document. So, you know, the Walther PPK is very popular. Not as compact as the Excam, but, you know, this is kind of the general frame size of which guns were compact and couldn't pass the 1968 Gun Control Act. But those are the methods that we kind of used to bypass that. Now back to the Excam itself. This can go by a lot of names. It was made by, I think, in Giuseppe, Italy. Or maybe the company is Armi Tang Foglio Giuseppe, made in Italy. You know, it goes by Excam, it goes by FIE, Titan. They're all basically the exact same gun. The only difference is that if it says, so this one says Excam, Hialeah, Florida, and if it says that or it doesn't say anything, it's most likely a steel frame. However, if it says FIE Titan or FIE Hialeah, Florida, it's most likely a Zamac alloy frame, so it's not steel. That seems to be the only real big differences between any generation of this kind of gun. Now, in regards to the range, I had about I bought 100 rounds of PMC ammunition here, and then I brought the rest of the rounds that the seller had. Well, the seller that gave my FFL to sell his gun, he gave him the rest of this, which was about 19 rounds. They're both 50 grains. Yep, 50 grains. This one's Fiocchi. These two are PMC. And then, as for the range report itself, I shot this at 7 yards, 21 feet. And the first 19 rounds went to number 1. And as you can see, they hit mostly upper right. I see some keyholing here, you know, so that might be an issue with the Fiocchi ammo, but just keep in mind that that was the old owner, and honestly I think he had that for a very long time, and it also probably wasn't in stored in ideal conditions. Now next, the first 25 rounds of PMC I shot at number 4, and as you can see, that's still upper right. Not too bad for 7 yards, which is kind of stretching out the ability of the gun at that point, so that's pretty good, I would say. And then number 5 is going to be right here, and that's with the other 50 rounds of PMC, and it's basically the same as number 4, except that it's a lot tighter. So I think that's just me getting used to the gun and kind of getting better with it, you know. As far as anything to report, the ammo, the Fiocchi from the old owner, this one, there was 2 bullets to where it just wouldn't go off. It wouldn't go off, and it was, I had to reshoot the ammo maybe like 2 or 3 times. Then it finally went off, but the other 17 rounds went off just fine. So I really think that it was just, this is old ammo, and the owner may not have put it in ideal conditions. Not really a big deal. I also noticed during this run that the magazine, it didn't want to come out. You know, it didn't want to come out. Like when you press this, you know, you can take the magazine out, but for some reason, and it might have been just these old bullets, it would get stuck. And I'm sitting here trying to hold this back and then pull out the magazine at the same time, but it might have just kind of loosened up because it didn't really happen ever again, at least not with the PMC ammo, the 100 rounds of PMC. And then as far as the PMC ammo itself, it was flawless. Every round went off, there was no problem. So if I was going to have range ammo, I think I could pretty much trust this is what I would use. I do have defense ammo, but like I said, I really want the Budischowski. I want that to be my 25 ACP gun. So until I finally get that, I'm not going to be shooting it's the 25 ACP Gold Dot. That's kind of the defense ammo I chose. I just don't have the fighting gun I want for 25 ACP. As for the gun itself, I guess I would say it's pretty good. There was an issue to where, I'll show you here, when you load the gun and you cock it back type of a thing, it wouldn't go into battery. You know, it would just kind of like hang up. There was a time where it hung up, but then it just went into battery on its own. There's another time where it hung up and it just wouldn't do anything unless I really hit it and put it shit forward. That is a little bit of a concern. I think that I've only got 1 magazine for this gun, so you know, it went through every magazine just fine for 100 rounds of PMC, but there's kind of that initial hang up, which, you know, obviously for a defense situation, I'd already have the gun ready, but if I was going to have other magazines, that would be something we think about, is that, oh, this gun doesn't like to go into battery. Unless I shoot, you know, maybe 100, 200, 300 rounds, and I never see it again, then I'd have full confidence that it's fine. But You know, just for one magazine of 7 shots, so far what I see with the PMC, it's gonna go off, so I can trust that. Would I put it in my rotation? Possibly, only for situations where I don't want to bring my main gun. My main gun is a Smith & Wesson 5904, this one here, and it's not that hard to take, you know, it's just fine. I've got 2 other magazines with it, so I'd have about like 45 shots. I mean, it's fine, you know, but it's a pretty big gun, you know, and sometimes if I'm doing something, just a really quick thing, I don't really need a duty gun, you know, I just need something really small, really simple, and something like this would work out just fine. I know I have the LCP-1 and I like that gun too, but right now I haven't really decided which gun I want to be my main fighting gun for 380. It is the LCP-1, I like that, but I bought a lot of other 380s, you know, obviously I have obviously got the Walter PPK right here. I don't know if I would, you know, treat this as a fighting gun, but when I bought it from the seller, he also gave me a holster for it, and I think it was left-handed. So let me double check. Right here. Well, I think he said it was an ankle holster. So I don't know if I would put this gun on my ankle, but I mean, it is a, yeah, it's a. No, actually, it's a right-handed holster, so never mind. But I mean, this gun is pretty big, you know, so I don't know if I would use this as a gun to where like I can put it in my pocket and forget about it, right? This one I can put in my pocket and forget about it, it's no problem. But I'm not so sure about this. It's a lot bigger. And then let's actually look at the LCP-1 because I like that boy. Where is he? Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the LCP-1. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I have the LCP-1 right here. So, you know, it is smaller than the LCP-1. So, I mean, we're talking like really put it in your pocket and you forget about it type of a thing. And hey, maybe sometimes there are situations like that. Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes you just want something that you can just put in your pocket and forget about it. Again, my confidence with this gun is I'd have to put about 200 rounds and never see it hang up again. Then I would be very comfortable with this as a very quick gun I can just put in my pocket and take care of any quick task that I have. So as a final note, I like it. I do. I like the gun. It's pretty neat. I'd rather have the Buddhist-Chowski, but this is what I have to put up with. If you're interested in one yourself, just keep in mind that it has to say Excam here. It's got to say Excam for it to be a steel frame. If it doesn't say that, or if it says FIE, then that's probably the Zamac frame. So is it the end of the world? No, but you know, you can make your choice on that. You know, if the difference of price is not that much, I'd rather just go with the steel frame, but that's just me. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, okay? Goodbye now.
You learned martial arts! Martial arts, go!